Welcome back to Sahara TV viewers. This particular segment is going to be focusing on some of the big political transitions and elections that went on in Africa in 2012. I think the best way to start is just to go through some chronological order, and I'm going to get started. So in January of this year, we had the death of President Malam Bakasuna of Guinea-Bissau, which led then to a round of presidential elections in March of 2012. And so far, there's been a runoff from that election, and then the election was ultimately canceled and has been postponed by the government in power for an additional 2 years. On February 26th, there was a presidential election in Senegal, amidst controversy over the constitutional validity of a third term for incumbent Abdoulaye Wade. Interestingly, in a runoff, which was held the 25th of March, Macky Sall defeated the incumbent. There was actually, and we have video clips of this, which will be shown later, there was quite an uprising in Senegal around these elections, specifically because this third term had Mr. Wade in for quite a number of years in power. And a lot of people believed that there was a 2001 constitution in Senegal that limited the president to two terms. And interestingly, he argued specifically, which was what the voters took issue with and the people of Senegal took issue with, was he argued that there was a 2000 election in which he came to power, that his first 7-year term fell under the previous constitution before the one initiated in 2001, which would have put the 2 term limits in place. Prior to that, there were no term limits. Next, we're going on to a Malian presidential election held in April, specifically on April 29, 2012. Unfortunately, as you know, there was a coup d'etat following that. There was actually just another recent coup d'etat where the acting prime minister was thrown out of power again. And this coup d'etat initially, and then now issues with the Islamist takeover of northern Mali, and the works for the response is in the works, considering potentially the UN and other organizations to go in and to assist Mali in taking control of that northern territory. As far as elections are concerned, unfortunately, the coup d'etat threw that into awry, and so it's not really clear, given the latest coup d'etat by the military, what exactly and when civilian control might be returned to government. Now we have, of course, one of the biggest news, at least as far as Africa was concerned, was the death of Ghana's John Atta Mills in July, and they went through a very smooth transition of power where Vice President John Mahama came in. And a lot of people have said that the way that Ghana transitioned should really be a model for democracy in Africa. Another big transition was in Ethiopia, where Haile Mariam Desalegn came to power, or was sworn in rather, as prime minister following the death of Meles Zenawi in August. And now, Sierra Leone had elections in November of this year, November 17th specifically, and the result was a victory for the incumbent, President Bai Koroma of the All People's Congress. So pretty straightforward there. The incumbent was challenged. The challenge obviously was not great enough to unseat him from government, and so he has resumed another term. Following the death of John Atta Mills, when Vice President Mahama came to power, he was in power until December, when elections were held now. And so we finished out the term, and then elections had been held on December 7th of this year, in which Mahama did win and is now retaining his incumbent president position for another term with 50.7% of the vote. And so now he's going on for another term. In Nigeria, we saw a couple of elections this year. We saw the Edo State election, which we covered here on Sahara TV, with Adam Oshimole coming winning that election, a part of the ACN party. And most recently, we covered the Ondo state elections where Dr. Olusegun Mimiko won for the Labour Party in Ondo State. And Sahara TV again has footage of both of those. We might show you some of the clips later of our footage and coverage of those elections. And of course, the big thing next for Nigeria, and a lot of people are focusing on already, is the 2015 elections for the presidency. So that wraps up our little roundup of transitions and political changes and elections that went on in at least sub-Saharan Africa. Obviously, there were issues in the north, including one of the huge ones in Egypt with the election of President Morsi, as well as issues going on currently, even this weekend, on referendums regarding their constitution. So thank you, viewers, and we're going to leave you with some more of our footage of the transitions that occurred in this year.